Just a short while ago, President Biden surprised us all by signing that $1.9 trillion stimulus bill into law a day earlier than expected. So just who will be getting another round of stimulus checks? Joining us now is Denitsa Tsekova with your money report. Denitsa, who is going to be getting these checks and when?
Well, the good news of a bill being signed earlier is people are getting the checks a little bit earlier. We heard from the White House that people are getting those checks as early as this weekend. We saw similar things with the last round of checks. By the time former President Trump signed the bill, 2 days later, Americans already got the checks. So similar thing will happen here. The eligibility criteria is pretty similar to the last round. The income thresholds this time are slightly lower. So a single filer making up to $75,000 would receive the full payment. Those making up to $80,000 would receive a reduced payment. For joint filers, similarly, $150,000 to get the full payment. Those making up to $160,000 would receive a smaller payment. And this time we expect 158 million Americans to receive a payment. This is a slightly smaller number than the last round, but I think it's around 98% of the people that received the previous round. The checks are bigger. Of course, this is important to say, $1,400 per person and $1,400 per dependent. Another good surprise for the people that are eligible for the payments is many more dependents will be eligible for the bonus. So college students, disabled adults, adult dependents, they will all get the extra payment, which wasn't the case in the last previous checks. And eligibility will be based on your adjusted income in your most recent tax return. So if you filed for 2019, that will be it. If you filed your most recent one for 2020, so now, that will be the tax return that will determine whether you get a check or not.
Okay, real quick before we let you go, I know there are some tax changes in this bill regarding unemployment benefits. Fill us in on that.
Yeah, great surprise for people who haven't filed their taxes and people who have already filed them as well. If they received unemployment benefits in 2020, they can get a pretty good tax break. So the first 10,200 of unemployment benefits you received in 2020, you don't have to pay tax on them. And this break is for every household that makes up to $150,000 a year. So this can be a pretty good benefit for all those people. For the people that have already filed their tax return, they can still get the benefit. They just have to file an amended tax return.
All right, Denitsa Tsekova with your money report. Great info. Thanks so much.